for some Kwabenya the bar KingDavid TV so na subscribe ya subscribe. They like share them out for media our channel so. Na yakoto abawi na emu nsem de yet o memu abebre kwa. Domi Kwabenya ebeka ya domi Kwabenya besi na nyenye hu de oye omo ewo ho no sense nsem bia e course wo ha sisi a no nsem no bebre na akopie court na ye court ayete otnase na watie eye afanu menni na anumu nsem ye two political parties MPP ni NDC ni nsem na Oquaye ababontin se on de court na wo kon why ready na court evidence be obe pise bia no Oquaye no why ready say obe provide na sisi a no hu ni say sisi a election na course no senka before your margin senka something na mo de court and nka 6 a message je free a NDC for nka bebre kwa ene Oquaye din sem bebre I expose sem bebre sisi wa batu ni mu na ebe ko ne akwa kuti Oquaye nsem wa de tu abra onam kwan so a wo ko Supreme Court ene Supreme Court share say obeti two political parties or modern se na kopie court obi ano nsem no the evidence ekura no ne nsem bebre ne de okwa kan kire court no wabra court afese obi amfa na asem ye dey embra no tie be ko ne akwa kuti Oquaye nsem na before say be ko no subscribe like na share ma afofo nso mu dwumadia yi tie wa channel so tie enko team right adamase.
When the voting happens, both parties are represented with the EC. Counting, both parties are represented. Collation, both parties should be represented. We are saying we are not represented. I think what is peculiar to Ablekuma North and Kwabenya is simply because of the fact that thugs came in, snatched pink sheets, burnt pink sheets. And so I don't understand how some people in the NDC are pretending that they are not aware that these matters existed. In fact, the dispute now is what is acceptability of scanned copies. What are we going to do with those? Are we going to accept somebody else's copy? Are we going to do this or that? And that can only happen when all the parties have sat down. How can we have an election when me in Kwabenya MPP, I go and sit alone with the EC, collate figures and come and announce I won? I mean, honestly, President Omama, would you accept that? Will Elite Bloom accept it if I and EC tomorrow, we can just go and sit in one room and collate and give her the figures? And EC is saying that they have some figures. No problem. We want transparency. That is what CI 127 says. So if there is transparency, we are prepared to accept whatever the results are. We are Democrats. We are people who want to work with the rule of law. But you cannot go and sit in a room and go and collate figures when we're not there. We were told specifically by the director of elections in Kwabenya, the boss of the returning officer who announced it, that because the place was unsafe, I'm sure you saw on TV, thugs seen getting on some people's backs or entering the place, going to create mayhem. And the EC suspended it and said all parties will meet at the region the next day. How can it be that when the EC official returns to take his papers, he's forced by the mob to collate?
At the last IPAC meeting, the EC says they cannot find some 3 pink sheets. Yes. Are you aware of that? And if that should be collated, do you feel it will still go in your favor?
In fact, not even just 3 pink sheets. As we stand now, we are aware that there are 11 pink sheets that have a problem. We hear that there are some duplicates that have been brought and so on. We don't have a problem. Just meet us. Let us sit down, let us inspect the duplicates, and if we accept it, we accept it. It's not a problem. Because by the same token, the same NDC in Ablekuma North are saying that they won't accept scanned sheets. But as for Kwabenya, even without us seeing them, we should accept them. No. We are saying that the right thing should be done. We should all meet, collate the figures. I am man enough if we have lost an election to clear it. And one of the funniest things that some people have been circulating, you know, in the year 2020, I had my primaries and I came out and said, if I've lost, better luck next time. I am that kind of Democrat. Once we know the conclusive result, we are fine. They went and circulated me with face mask, as you can see. That was in Corona 2020. That is not me conceding. Let us be fair. Let us play by the rules. CI 127 regulations 43 and others say that we must be present ourselves or with our representatives. Can't we just meet NDC, MPP, EC, Polate, and with the 7? You know that the EC gave notice after the court case to the NDC. So where they chose not to come with notice, then that can be classified as non-attendance. We were informed that we were to go to region the next day. We were not given any notice, official or otherwise, that this practice was going on. So I don't understand what the issue is, but we hope that the EC will still meet all parties to clarify it. Any other declaration where they've not met the MPP to get our input, whether to verify or to dispute a pink sheet, will not be acceptable. As you know, just after the Mandamus order, we all met. We did 7.5 electoral areas out of 10. All of a sudden at 4 p.m. we were told it's late and we have to go home, and then they just closed their laptops and left. What is there to hide?
So later we shall take
hang parliament yenya and they say a absolute majority akwama NDC for who be paying a bra parliament absolute majority ne benya say hang ye be say hang ba omo koso ba from hang parliament and say yaba benya this absolute majority almost 2/3 ye Ghana mrashe be de fio and also assessment dia ye free mu and then dia ye kwako wuramu.
Well, I think that in the history of the Fourth Republic, and the minimum stretching of Ghana back was seven. Yenya BBC say yatimia to abana mrashe was to test do saying this gives them absolute majority. Is it absolute power corrupts absolutely? To me, no one say Oquaye and I say we are going to be a bit more conscious.
Yes.
So my assessment of it is that the NDC has to be very careful because Oquaye is okay. Well, see, I mean, you be a bit me coin. Me new be a bit me actually my sign. Me person me be until yeah, bit me be a one year. Now Oquaye to say. Na you can't ask more. One tina na anantomakra PB no via no via. You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, it's dangerous. It's good in terms of the government pushing its agenda and policies in your kakao. But I think it's also very dangerous. You want to say. Because you say nipa bibi nya kasa say na city no nya bibi e betimi a asoso so egu city e kwan kakra nkra yetimi din sem hu bebre and I'm sure say yenyina yet as on my ya etimi pa na tumi pa say ba beti amanyoko we and same thing I wouldn't so sorry o mu so man sorry o be fine ho ye betimi ye benya ye bego. You can stage a workout, you can do whatever I want you to do. You understand? For me, it's very dangerous for all mine. It's good for the NDC. It's good for the NDC government. It will be good for them because, I mean, like I said, almost person when I mean, match opposition. You understand? So it's good for them. But, Mark, it's not good for Ghana.
Okay.
It's not good for Ghana. At least, say the big akraba a bit me see a boom because now remember that's why we have separation of powers. So
yeah.
The separation of powers that we have, it's not for it's for checks and balances. Yes, when you have a hang parliament and also your idea, but at least
and also one demerits there, but weighing the
number
two
should be such that opposition, and say to the beer, I buy news okay well, making opposition no kakra. Oh, because now remember, executive no, ewo monsem, ewo NDC sem.
Yes.
Legislature ever be do monsem. Uti anye ye na nsem bi a NDC omanpanyi Mahama wa campaign. You understand? Say, oh, you should also try and get into the judiciary, NDC, the lawyers, legal, if they also try to, because they've always said, judiciary is dominated by the MPP, the MPP4. It is almost yes, okay, which means the three arms of government, they have control of the executive, the legislature, then. So the only arm of government Ghana is left with the judiciary.
The judiciary, yes.
You understand? And when you say about the media forms, we are fine. We'll check them now. Yes, we watch it. Your NDC for your MPP for the NDC about NDC pay Pia Papa Bonio. Papa. And MPP for social media, I mean affiliates, almost should be NDC baby. Yeah. So I think for Ghana's democracy, Mark, there's absolute majority in parliament. Same, also we absolute yes, said about this one. I know we are no. Who said we've had majority?
Yes.
Ghana back as a beer but who say and to the beer almost now no more percent even more quorum, they will have quorum. But when it comes to taking decision, you need to test now because the bureaucrat no move idea. Sometimes you even need a minority kakra somebody come home.
Yeah, and somebody taking decision be
exactly. But where the way at the almost whip in the majority whip all the MPs, NDC MPs, to come to Parliament, matter. Almost in that 10 o'clock, no more yes or more legislative. Yeah, Parliament now legislative.
Okay.
You understand? So it's good for the NDC, but
it's dangerous with the country's democracy.
No.
Okay.
I wish they had their majority.
But Oquaye absolute.
That absolute majority with the and it's good. Let's see. That almost like well, I'm going near Hank Parliament.
Yeah.
Now, about this absolute majority. Let's wait and also see.
Okay.
But if the media will repeat it, I just feel that and it's because they feel look, we have majority. They have the executive. Now they have the legislature. You understand?
Yeah.
So if Mahama saw person yes, if the bill is taken to Parliament, they just pass it. With ease.
So whips in your numbers.
Oh, with ease.
Okay. All right.
More abusing power.
Yeah. Sana, we've been told.
Yeah.
Okay.